Hi guys, my name is Sean. I'm a houseplant enthusiast from Jakarta, Indonesia. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you the care and propagation of this beautiful Cordyline chocolate queen. Cordylines hail from the Pacific Oceans, New Zealand, Papua New Guinea, and even in Hawaii. There's many varieties of them and they're all very beautiful. I really like this one. It's got really beautiful, intense colors of yellow, creamy yellow, some dark purple, maroons, greens. Very interesting color, and each leaf is a little bit different. The underside is also quite something to look at. It's very nice. So this plant actually likes to be in full sun. It likes to be watered very frequently. It doesn't want to dry out too much, but keep in mind, it doesn't want to be sitting in water too. So when I find that the weather is a little bit cloudy that day, or if it's rained kind of the night before, I kind of skip on watering them. So very easy plant in general, not a lot of pest pressures, not a lot of fungal or bacterial infections, and watering is a little bit forgiving as well. These guys don't really kind of shed a lot of leaves or anything if you forget to water them or if you overwater them. Although you'll find that if you do overwater them in maybe compacted soil, or if you put them in too low of a light, they will shed a lot of leaves by turning them yellow at the same time and falling off. So give it very bright light, direct light or full sun, and frequent watering. That's my advice for this guy. I do give it my general purpose potting mix, which is very airy, and again I do water it almost daily. Fertilize is the same with my other houseplants, lightly but frequently, and this is a joy to have. It's a pretty fast grower in my experience. And today I'm just going to be cutting this plant up because it's really falling over. If you put it down, it's just going to topple over. So it's been leaning against a tree for a while and it just bothers me. And also I do want many of these lying around, so I'm going to be chopping this up into many pieces. I'm going to show you how I do it. Alright, so I guess it's worth mentioning that there is already a little bit of a growth point situation here. So what I'm going to do, hang on, before I do that, let me check the roots. Looking good. This is a little bit root bound, but it can still go on like this, so I don't need to change the pot right away. Although I may want to do that in a few months time. What I want to do is I want to just cut it above that. There you go. So this will continue to branch out, and if I'm lucky, I'll have more branches coming down from below. I don't know where. But here's the thing that's interesting about them. Normally with your Dieffenbachias or Aglaonemas, you can actually see the growing eye, but here in this case, look at all these bumps along the node. I don't know if they are actually growing eye or not. There's so many of these bumps just around the what do you call this, the main stem here. So I'm a little bit confused by that. And this plant did actually put out some aerial roots here between the nodes. So I guess we will peel it back and we will uncover this plant, but first let me cut this like so first. Hang on, there. Let me take this off first. Cute. And then let me get the top cutting because that's important. I may lose a few leaves when I do this, but that's completely normal. So losing a few leaves, that's okay. You don't want that many leaves anyways for your top cutting because, as I mentioned in my other videos, there's so many leaves here. There are no roots yet. This plant needs to put out roots to support all these leaves, because leaves, they need to be fed, right? They need water and nutrients from somewhere. So when you take off many leaves, it will focus its energy onto the few leaves it has up top, and also for new roots to form. So it's really beneficial for them if you take off leaves. Yeah. Now for this, I'm just gonna stick this right into my general purpose potting mix. Although I have a feeling you can do it with water, but yeah. And just because this plant likes full sun, it doesn't mean that it wants to be in full sun at this time. Again, when you put plants in full sun, you're actually drying it out a little bit faster and it doesn't have those roots to pull in water. So I will keep this in kind of bright indirect light, or a bright shade rather. Now moving on down, I'm going to start taking cuttings with leaves on it, which is very difficult because you see how close they are. The internodes are super close together. So let me show you what I have in mind. Take this off. So for this, I may actually take off like a leaf down below here. Do I want to keep both leaves on? I'm not sure. Hang on. This one's a little bit yellowing anyways, the lower leaf, so I'm gonna take this off. Done. And let me study this with you guys. So there are a few aerial roots already happening. There's actually 3 nodes here, so there's the potential for 3 growth points to appear. So yeah, this is ready to be put into soil. There. I may put a few of these in one pot just because I'm running out of space. This is the next node. I still don't see any growing eye. Oh, hang on, I do see one. This little nub here. It's not going to focus. You see that little bump? That should be the growing eye. So what I can do with this one is, because there's 3 nodes in there, I'm going to take this one off. It's got a little bit of aerial roots too. So what I want to do is I want to plant this in a different pot. I want to plant this like so, with the growing eye facing up. And then I just want to keep this soil a little bit moist, a little bit damp, but not soggy wet. It should not be sitting in water. It should have somewhat of a drying out period as well. So I'm going to have a lot of those later because we're going to cut these and stick them there, even though I don't see any growing eye from some of these. Let me take one leaf off of this one, and this is another cutting. Let me see if I can. Yeah, I think this is a growing eye. Interesting, but I'm gonna leave it on. There's some roots here too. 2 sitting in one pot. I'm gonna finish up with the others, and I'll be back. All right, so with this, there's so much dilemma. I really don't know where the growing eye is. Like this, there's 2 points here. There can't be 2 growing eye. So what I may do actually is I may just cut it up into pieces. So this is the way that it's facing up. I'm just gonna cut and I'm just gonna stick it on the media facing up. Let's see, I'm gonna do one like this, and I'm gonna do one with it sideways, because I actually have more luck with plants that are grown sideways. Okay, so I'm done with my cuts, and this is everybody. We've got a parent plant here. We've got 3 cuttings here, 3 in here. There's a little stump here, 3 in there, the top cutting, and then a bunch of these. So this is facing up, and this is facing sideways. I try as best as possible to identify the growing eye and have the growing eye facing up. I may actually put a little bit of fungicide here, just sprinkle it on top before I water it, just because they tend to rot sometimes. The fungus likes to take hold of them. So I'm gonna give you guys an update as usual. Bye. Forgot one thing. Again, I mentioned they like to be in full sun. If you don't give them full sun or direct sunlight, if you put them in a lower light area, they will lose the vibrant colors. So they will give you dull colored leaves. This is actually very, very beautiful markings. This is getting very adequate lighting. Welcome to a 5 weeks update, and this is everybody. The new leaves doesn't have that brown stripe, I guess, like the parent leaf. Interesting. I don't know, or maybe this will end up becoming something else. We'll see. Maybe it's not going to give me browning at all, but yeah, actually it may, because look at this. This one's starting to have a little bit of a brown stripe, but very cute. Look at these baby leaves. Everybody's growing. This is a different species, and this one's rotted off, I think. Yeah, it's mush. But this one's putting out babies. Look at the 2 babies. So this is entirely new species. This is a smaller leafed Cordyline. But yeah, everybody's growing. Everyone's doing well. The ones with leaves tend to put out growth faster. This one I think was with leaves. Yeah, it was. I see the petiole here, but the leaf has dried off or rotted off. But look at the new babies that came out from it. This I believe is a top cutting. It's just gonna keep growing from the top here. And then this one is the ones that are just the nodes. Look at that. Everyone's doing well. Let me feel this. Yep, none of them, as long as it's not mush, it's still doing well. And if you can see the teeny tiniest growth point, I don't know if, yeah, it's not going to show up on camera, is it? But there are some growth points on each of these, like that one there. It's not going to show very well because it's smaller than the perlite. And then this other one is also doing all right. I think this one's rotted off a little bit more than the others, if you can see here. This is the ones that are placed vertically. This is the center one. The middle one is definitely rotted. Look at how the stem has split open. So these guys, they do better when you propagate them sideways. I have noticed that with my aglaonemas as well. So yeah, let me quickly show you the parent here. And this is not part of the plant. Hang on, can't take it out now. Filming with one hand. But this is the parent plant. It's put out, you know, multiple vines. One here, one there. And this needs to be pruned. Take that off. And yeah, it's given me three vines. Very nice. Look at that. I really love this plant. This is so beautiful. And that one here too. Look at this leaf here. That's crazy, right? That's like brush strokes. Looks like contemporary art. I really love this plant. Welcome to a 4-month update since our last one. Let's go through the bad news first. It did rain every day. It was the rainy season, so we did lose a lot of these. If you press on these, this is basically mush, see? A few of them survived though. I mean, if I was really careful, I would have grown this indoors or away from the rain, and it would have had a very, very high survival rate. This one here did really, really well. Look at all these vines down there. This is a survivor. And look at the color on this stem. Very nice. I don't know how they're not more prized than philodendrons. They're just so beautiful. And this one is starting to have some of the maroon blush come in. I guess they do come in a bit late. This one here, I believe this was cut from a stump, and it's starting to have those maroon blush on it. Really, really stunning. And as you can see, I made the cut here, and it put out 3 vines from where I made the cut. So for you guys to get a bushy plant, feel free to propagate this. Just keep pruning them. And this next one here, I believe this is the top cutting. Oh my god, I'm mesmerized by the stem here. Very, very beautiful. And it's got beautiful leaves up top. Very, very dreamlike colors. And actually this potting mix was kept wet the whole time. It's soggy wet the whole time. It's not good for it. I didn't have any space to keep it out of the rain. It does like the full sun, which is getting now. It's getting really, really good direct sunlight now. But it was gloomy for the last few months, and this plant was just suffering. I'm even surprised that it's alive by now. A lot of my, what is this? This is the crotons. Did not do well over the rainy season. I'm trying to rescue them. I haven't made a video about them because I haven't figured out how to care for them properly. But crotons are not as easy, I think, as cordylines. But they're both used in landscaping. They're priced at the same level, and they both sport colorful foliage. This is the mama plant. Look at the new stem that came out. So beautiful. And then it's branching out, obviously. Like there's another branch over here. So I see three main vines, and this is the one vine that shot out really, really crazy. Yeah, this is doing really well. Look at that. This is where the apical bud is really the strongest. It's really pushing out a lot of energy for this top growth here. So yeah, I'm gonna continue growing these out. I guess some of them will be on sale. I have to separate these soon because I think they will get entangled very quickly, and this may be good for retail soon. I hope that more people can get access to this beautiful plant. All right, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you found this episode interesting. Feel free to comment down below. Just comment, and for the purpose of commenting, because this will allow people to find my videos. Just say hello in the comment section, send this video a like, and I'm at botanist on Instagram if you want to DM me on any questions regarding plant care and propagations. I'll try my best to get back to you. Meanwhile, do take care and stay safe. I will see you in the next video. Bye!